Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Equestrian Noob. Today in this video, I want to show you how to tack up your horse if you are riding English. It's a little bit different than the Western one. The saddle is different, the bridle is different, the saddle pad is different. So I want to show you how to tack up if you need a refresher, if you're just a beginner. Stay tuned and let's get on it. So before you tack up your horse, make sure your horse is nice and groomed up. You want to avoid anything in the wither area to avoid any friction and later on pain or soreness. So I give Valentina a quick brush and then we're gonna tack her up. You're gonna need a saddle pad. My saddle is an all-purpose saddle. What you can do, you can place your saddle pad right here and you can kind of like push it down till it kind of stops right there. You also have those little straps. So those straps like this go in the front, okay? You kind of want to gauge that your straps are going to be right where your girth is going to be out, okay? Make sure not to do that because the hair is not going to go in the way it's supposed to be. So you're going to place it like that. And then you're going to put your saddle on. You can also use a half pad and just add some cushioning. I'm going to use it today. So same thing, you're going to place it right here. Make sure it's nice on top of the wither area. Next, we're gonna grab our saddle. I have a Wintic saddle, so very different than Western. You can grab it, palm up to cantle, and then don't throw it on top of your horse. Just be nice and gentle, and you can just rest it on your horse's back. Now, important thing, you want to lift up your saddle pad. Make sure that you have clearance on the wither. Make sure your saddle is not too high and not too low at the same time, okay? It should rest right on top of the on the wither, and here we have really good clearance, okay? Because once we're gonna put our girth, everything's gonna kind of, tie down. We're gonna grab our girth. This one is a little bit too big for my horse, so I know that I have to put it pretty much almost all the way up. Some people use the first and the last. I use the first two. It works well like that. Gonna give it a little tug, make sure it's nice in place, and then we're gonna go around. We're gonna reach for the girth. And now she's like, "May I have a treat, Mom?" Not yet, ma'am. And we're gonna do the same thing. You can lift it up with your elbow. Some people use their head. Whatever works for you guys. And you're gonna tie it up. Make sure before you get on your horse, because they tend to puff up their belly, that you tighten your girth before jumping on, otherwise your saddle is going to completely slide to the side. Once your saddle is on, we're gonna put the bridle on. So she doesn't really like to be in the cross side, so I just put her right here. I put the halter right there so she can stay nice and still. Make sure you do that by standing next to your horse, not in front of it, because they can throw their head up in the air and you could get hurt. So we're gonna bring her right here. All right, that's great. So you're gonna put your rein first, okay? Put your nose bend on top, and what you wanna do, you wanna grab your bridle like that, and then you wanna place, we'll see if she's being cooperative today, the bit right in front of their mouth, and hold your bridle like that with one hand, and you can use a finger to place inside of your horse's mouth on the side and kind of like tickle them. It will encourage them to open their mouth just like that. Okay, and just advance the bit gently, okay? You don't want to hurt their teeth or their mouth. Now we have our nose band right here, okay? So you want to place the strap inside. You see right here, we're going to place the strap right there, right underneath the one that's holding onto the bit, okay? We have our throat latch. So there's a rule of thumb. What you want to do is being able to put 5 fingers right underneath and 5 fingers right here. You don't want it to be too tight. You don't want it to be too loose as well. So we have good spacing right here. Here, the rule of thumb for the nose bend, you want approximately 2 fingers right here. If you look at a horse anatomy, they have like a bone right here by the nose, and it's very pointy, and then it kind of stops. So you don't want to put pressure on the tip. So you don't want your nose bend to be too low, but you don't want it to be too high either. Rule of thumb is to have 2 fingers between the cheekbone and between your nose bend. When you do tie up your nose bend, Miss Valley, please be good for the video. You want to make sure you can put 2 fingers onto the side. Same thing, you don't want it to be too loose, but you don't want it to be too tight as well. It has to be comfortable for your horse, okay? Now she's all tacked up. You can take her to your arena, wherever you're going to ride your horse. Make sure that right before getting on, you really tighten up that girth. I'm pretty sure right now, if I go to the side, I can at least tie it up to 1 to 2 more holes, especially on that other side. All right, guys, I hope you find this video really helpful. If you do, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. We post video every single week. We will see you next time. Bye.